Yeah, so we're thinking about kind of looking at these branches here to kind of model our branches off of. Hello everyone. In this video today, you're going to see how the team is making these branch tips. Of course, they're not the entire fat part of the branch. That's made entirely different, and you will see that in an upcoming video. I hope you enjoy our video today.
This is a mechanical iron worker, so the blade on this clutch, so when you step on the pedal, it engages a clutch on this side, and the clutch goes one cycle. So once you press that, it engages the clutch, and this whole blade right here will come down. That means it cuts from here to the scissor right here. It cuts this nibbler. So if you're not going to be using this, but if ever this is open, you always shut it, because this is very dangerous. The wicked beak. And then there's angle iron. So you can cut up to 4 inches of angle this way or that way. So if you're making a frame that fits like in a certain way and you want the burr on the inside, or you want the piece to, like, you're making a frame that you want something to fit into, then you cut it this way on the outside, and then it has a tendency to make a burr. The iron worker is really great for shearing pipe off because it's quick. And there's hardly any sound, it's not a squealing thing, and you're not using abrasives.
Here, Scott is showing our nephew about how to bend a frame after having cut that notch in the iron worker. I know it's not part of the tree branch, but just kind of an interesting thing that this iron worker is capable of helping us with.
And 1/2 inch rod.
So that fits inside that?
Yes. So that's 1 inch, that's 3/4. We say 1/2 inch rod, this is 3/8 rod. So they're measured OD. They're just, you put a tape measure on that, that'd be 1/2 inch. But just so there's no miscommunication about it. Sometimes when you order pipe, you always order like 1/4 or 1/8 inch pipe.
In the following segment, you're going to see our big power hammer, but I just wanted to throw in this antique photo of Scott and myself when we used to have our little giant power hammer.
It picks up a piston, and in the piston there's 3 rings, just like in a motor, but instead of compressing gasoline, it's just compressing air. So when you turn this on, it lifts up and presses air. And these 2 are valves. So when air gets compressed in here and doesn't have anywhere to go, it goes out. So it's not being used. But then when you press down on the pedal or this thing, they're connected, you start letting air in, and some of the air is used. And the more pressure, it starts to lift, it lifts the piston up, and then the air switches to the backside and starts pressing it down. So this thing will oscillate at the same rate. And it won't, as it warms up, it'll speed up, but it doesn't go faster or slower. What the pedal's doing is creating the volume of pressure on each side, and that brings the piston down. So you can bring it just so you can put it on a little toothpick and barely poke it, or you can squish it. So that's the sound of the air escaping to the bottom. Then I start using it. And on the old hammers, the piston would be ready to go up here. But if you were to step on that, it would come down. So now they make them so that the end cycle is always closed. Which is actually nice because if you're using a short piece and you lose your grip on it, you don't want this thing to fly up in your face, so you can let the hammer sit on it and you can re-grab it. strong, but it's strong enough to like have it sit someplace, rather than trying to set it here and having it roll around. So if I press in, it goes up, and then it comes back down. Now you have to be kind of careful because it'll get away from you. You just kind of feel the pressure, and you come down on your work. And as this thing gets really hot, it starts smoking. So you kind of turn this down a little bit. The main point is looking through the window, so it still has oil. So at some point during operation, it'll drop below this level, and you want to stop and refill it. You can see a little air bubble in there. And you always know on the cylinder that the cylinder has oil on it too, and that's really important. Because that's not only keeping it lubricated when it's moving,
But it's also keeping it airtight.
keeping it airtight. Because it's helping with the piston rings, just like.
I really hope you enjoyed watching our video about making these branch tips. In an upcoming video, look for when we start making our leaves. We're going to be going up to Oregon to get our big machine to help us with that process. So exciting videos coming up. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.